Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be running through a handful of games that I have played recently. Some were demos, others were the full game, but all of them I had enough time with that I feel like I know whether or not I could recommend them, whether or not it was a game that I would want to play to the end. Historically, I'm a point and click fan. They were my very favourite genre of game before the term cozy game was coined, because there's no time limit, no combat. It's a puzzle with an interactive story, and there's usually a mystery to be found. That is certainly the case with 3 Minutes to Midnight. I haven't finished this game yet, but I'm really enjoying it so far. It's somewhere between Broken Sword and Jenny LeClue in terms of both art style, but also kind of difficulty and how detailed it is. It's not the most extensive or taxing point and click that I've ever played, but I did discover that there were multiple branches that you could take the story in when I resorted to watching a walkthrough, because I did get stuck. I worried that I'd completely screwed up my timeline because I was watching this walkthrough and I was like, this is not what I did. I've screwed it all up. But you play as Betty, who wakes up to the sound of an explosion in the night with no memory of who she is. As you explore the town, you discover that you aren't alone and you embark on adventures to basically solve the mass amnesia mystery. It promises 15 to 25 hours of gameplay, which is not too shabby for £20, particularly since there is going to be some amount of replayability with the different ways to reach the end. So far, I would definitely recommend it, but stay tuned because I am filming a Let's Play series. They're going to be really long episodes, and they're likely to be unbearable to watch because I am getting stuck and making all the wrong choices. But a really, really fun game so far, and it's so rare to find a new good point and click. Moving away from cozy altogether, I'm not usually a platformer person, but I had to give Epic Mickey Rebrushed a whirl when I saw the demo was available. I actually didn't know that this was a remaster of an old game initially, and what drew me to it was the similarity in style to an old World of Illusion, Land of Illusion. I think it depended on where you got the game. That game I played on the Mega Drive when I was a kid. It did definitely have some gameplay stolen from my childhood, so I enjoyed that nostalgia in like an updated 3D realm. And the premise of adding and removing paint from the world was really unusual in terms of like a puzzle mechanic. I really enjoyed that, but I'm not sure it's a game I would buy full price. I realise it's a AAA game, but I have to be completely in love to spend £40 plus. And beyond the childhood blast from the past, I didn't really see myself playing this all the way to the end. So the demo was a really good amount of game for me to kind of figure out whether or not I would play it, and the answer was unfortunately no. I'm not sure what I expected from Open Roads. Well, actually, I suppose I am. I thought it was going to be somewhere between Firewatch and Lake, which I absolutely loved. They were both kind of set in a previous decade, and I don't know, they were just like really kind of immersive, and yeah, they were cozy, but you kind of just felt like you were there. That's kind of what I imagined, because open roads, you know. And there is a hint of that. It is story driven, and when you play in first person, you're interacting with all your surroundings to uncover clues about the life of your character, to progress the story and unlock cutscenes with your mom, played by Kerry Russell. That was what initially drew me. The voice acting, Kerry Russell, I was like, yeah, 100% I'm in. But it kind of feels like the whole time you play, you're being pulled towards a mystery that never really materializes. It's kind of a bit of an anticlimax. It was a nice enough game, pretty chill, not too long, a good story. Nice if you're someone like me who likes to play the Switch at bedtime to wind down. It's kind of like just chill. But I feel like it really leans on the cutscenes and the voice acting to distract you from the monotony of picking up random items that have no consequence to anything. It's, you know, another great nostalgia hit because the whole thing is set in the early 2000s and the character is almost exactly my age. So the setting is perfect for an elder millennial gamer like me, but it just kind of was missing something. Fabledom was, I thought, a surefire hit, and the idea is great. The game is on PC as well, and I'm certain that that's a good time, but it was not ready to come to Switch. At its core, it's a medieval city builder with a story element. I was thinking this would kind of be Civilization meets fairy tales, and that's kind of what it is, but I didn't really get far enough into the story to enjoy the fairy tale aspect. The text was too small and the controls were unclear and clunky, even when I did understand them. And I played 100 days of this on camera. I then persevered and played a new game on my own, and I just couldn't get past the Switch-related issues to really get into the gameplay. The other reviews that I've read promise romance and battles, and they're all really positive, so don't take this as like it's a terrible game. But if you're considering buying this on the Switch, I would wait until they've updated the game, or maybe look to play on another platform if you have that, because the port just seems to have really let it down. Let's sandwich the disappointing new releases with a final winner, which is Europa. I played the demo, and it was, first of all, really comprehensive. Plenty of time to learn to love the game, and second, so impressive. This is less than £15 in the shop at the time of recording, for sure. And had I not been on a strict no-buy, which I did actually break to buy the first game on this list, but we'll not talk about that, I would have been all over this. You play as an android named Z who's exploring the moon of Europa, which I think was like, I feel like it was in the shadow of Jupiter or something like that. It's an abandoned utopia, and you're guided by notes left from your father. It just kind of like gives you bits of story a little bit at a time. There's flying, there's some platforming, but overall, it's a kind of soft focus, open world, Zelda vibe at a fraction of the cost and without the combat, from what I can tell. That's kind of the vibe, and I definitely would recommend this. If you like Zelda's open world, but you're not kind of into so many tasks and so much combat. These are a few of the releases that I've tried recently so that you don't have to. I will list them for reference in the description, but obviously if you've got any questions, leave me a comment and I will get back to you. I would love to know what you are playing right now and hear what you're excited about launching in the next month or so, especially leading up to Christmas. Tell me what's on your wish list. I will see you guys next time. Bye.